Hello students. So in this video we are going to see the two-dimensional transformations. So first of all, let us see what is the need of transformation. Why the transformation is needed, and what are the different types of transformations are available, and what are the different ways of combining the transformations. Right. So first of all, let us see the two-dimensional transformation. Then in the next module we will be discussing about three-dimensional. Right. Okay, first of all, the 2D transformations. So the transformation, the definition of transformation is nothing but what are the different types of operations which can be applied to the geometrical objects to change its position or orientation or the size, which is called as the transformation. Correct. So here there are two different types of transformations are available. One is the geometric transformation. Okay, so here in the geometric transformation, the very firstly we are going to see the translation, right? So there are five different types of transformations are available. The very first one is called as translation, and the second one is rotation. Then we have the scaling part, and other types of transformations also possible. The very first one is called as reflection, otherwise called as mirror image, and the next one is shear. Right. So these are the different types of transformations are basically available. So let us see what is translation. Right. So the translation is nothing but it's a process of changing the position of an object. Right. Suppose I have one object. Suppose I want to change its position from this place to some other place. Just moving the particular object in any direction. Okay, so any direction in the sense it can be a straight line path from one coordinate location to the another coordinate, right? So here we can translate any type of two-dimensional object. The object can be a point, line, or it can be any sort of polygon, right? So by adding the translation distances, right? So what is called as translation distance means tx and ty. Okay, from the x, how much distance we are just moving, and from the y direction, how much we are moving, right? And next, suppose the original position of the matrix is x comma y, then the new position is x dash and y dash. Okay, so here x dash means the new value of x dash is nothing but the previous old value of x, which will be added with the translation distance tx. Okay, the same way for y also. So here in this particular example, if you see the xy plane, here we are having one point called as p of x comma y, right? And we are shifting this, shifting in the sense we are changing the position from p of xy to p dash. Okay, so this is new position, right? So this kind of operation is called as translation. See, here the object, square object, inside they have written CG, right? So from the origin to it is just we are moving this place, right? So in the x side as well as in the y side there is a difference, right? So this distance is called as, okay, tx as well as ty, that is the translation or distances. And next comes the matrix form. How to write the matrix form of the equation, right? So already we know p equal to x and y coordinate, and p dash is equal to the new x dash value as well as the y dash value, and the translation matrix are tx and ty. So how we can write the final term for the translation means p dash is equal to p plus t. Okay, and next this here comes one example. So a dash is equal to a plus t, so which is nothing but 2 plus 3, which is equal to 5, and 5 plus 4 equal to 9, right? So this is one simple example. And next comes the rotation part, right? So the rotation, here two-dimensional rotation can be applied to the particular object by repositioning it. Okay, so repositioning means always the reposition, rotation can happen in the circular path in the xy plane only, right? So here we are using some basic, your 11th, 12th standard, or in the first year you might have studied about trigonometric equations, right? We are using the same equations so that easily we can express the transformed coordinates of the rotation in terms of theta as well as the pi. Okay, so how we can write the x dash and y dash means r cos pi plus theta, and y dash is equal to r sine pi plus theta. Okay, so if we expand this equation, we are getting r cos pi cos theta minus r sin pi and sin theta. The same way we are applying it for y dash also. But the original coordinates of the point is x. X is equal to r cos theta. Okay, x dash is nothing but r cos pi plus theta. We are adding one more extra theta to the original value, right? So x equal to r cos pi and y equal to r sin pi, right? So here in this equation, what we are doing, we are just replacing this r cos pi with the x and y term, right? So if we exchange that value, then finally after substituting the previous equations, we are getting x dash is equal to x cos theta minus y sin theta, and y dash is equal to x sin theta plus y cos theta, right? So this is about the rotation. See here in this example, the previous position is p of x comma y, okay, with the value of pi. Okay, that's why we are writing, see the previous value is r cos pi, okay, and the after means after rotation we are getting p dash value. So p dash is nothing but it consists of the theta value along with the pi value, right? That's why we are adding r cos pi plus theta, right? Which is equivalent to x cos theta, right? So this is called as rotation. So here the rotation happened in the counterclockwise direction, right? So here the angle is somewhat some 30 or 40 degree. So we are just rotating, right? So here the equation can be represented, even the rotation equation also can be represented in the matrix format. So x dash y dash value is equivalent to the previous xy value along with the rotation matrix. So here the rotation matrix are cos theta, sin theta, minus sin theta and cos theta, right? So we can write the equation of a rotation very easily. P dash is equal to P into R, whereas translation is equal to P dash is equal to P plus T. But here we are using multiplication, P into R. Okay, so here R is the rotation matrix. The rotation matrix is this one, right? Yeah. And here one example. So here cos 45 and sin 45. So for this rotation matrix, actually we are applying this theta values, and finally we are getting 1 divided by root 2 and 7 divided by root 2. So we have to find out the final step, okay, by substituting what is the root 2 value over here, right? And next is scaling. Okay, so the scaling is nothing but actually this transformation is used to change the size of an object. Okay, so either it will enlarge the size of the object, or the object size can be shrinked. Okay, so the enlargement as well as the shrinking can be the result of the scaling. So this operation easily it can be carried out by the polygons by multiplying the values x and y, okay, of each and every vertex with the scaling factor sx and sy. Okay, so here the new x dash value is nothing but the original value will be multiplied with the factor. For example, the original value of x equal to 2 and sx value is 3. So 3 into 2, 6 times, right? So 3 times we are enlarging in the x direction. The same way to the y means y side also it will be enlarged with 3 times. Okay, so here the matrix form is x dash y dash, means the new value of x dash y dash is equal to the previous value which is multiplied with sx and sy value, right? See here we are having two different types of scaling. One is uniform scaling and another one is ununiform scaling. So uniform scaling means by the name itself it implies if you are giving square means the output can be square. But here ununiform scaling means, see here rectangle is there, but after scaling here the x value, see x value increased in this direction, but previously x value is somewhat less, right? And the y value is more in the previous diagram, means the previous before the scaling, and after scaling the y value is shrink, correct? So this is called as ununiform scaling. The next topic is homogeneous coordinates, right? So let us see about this homogeneous coordinates in the next video. I hope you have understood the concept of all these basic transformations very well, right? Thank you.